I am going to teach the third chapter of Standard 10, Metals and Non-Metals. You are familiar with lot of metals in your daily life. You use aluminium, copper, iron in your daily life. Now, there are certain properties for these metals. Today we'll discuss about the physical properties of metals. So these are the physical properties of the metals. They have metallic luster. They are very hard. They are malleable and ductile. They are good conductors of heat and electricity. They have very high melting point and boiling point. They are sonorous. Now let us discuss one by one property. They have metallic luster. Now what does mean by metallic luster? Suppose if you take aluminium or iron and rub with sandpaper, you can see the shiny appearance on its surface, and it is called metallic luster. So metallic luster means the shiny appearance on the surface of a metal, which is called this metallic luster. Now hardness. Suppose you take iron and try to hit, it will not break. Or aluminium, it will not break. So generally these metals are hard. Then third property, that is malleable and ductile. Malleable means you are familiar with iron sheets, aluminium sheets, etc. How they have made. They have hammered into sheets, thin sheets. That property is called malleability. Now ductility, come back to ductility, and it can be drawn into very fine wires. Example, gold and silver. Gold, 1 gram gold can be drawn into 2 kilometer length wire. So that property is called ductility. Now the fourth property, that is, they are good conductors of heat. First we will discuss about heat. You just keep this aluminium vessel on the gas stove and heat it. After some time you touch it, you feel hot. That means the metals are very good conductors of heat. Now you just take one battery, connect with copper wire and one bulb. After some time you can see it glows. That means they are very good conductors of electricity. So metals generally they are good conductors of electricity. Now high melting point and boiling point. For example, iron, it is not possible to melt at very low melting point. It has to be heat at very high melting point. So they have very high melting point and boiling point. We say mercury, even though a metal, it is existing in liquid state. Now they are sonorous. Sonorous means you take a metal, any metal, and then just to strike it, it produces some kind of sound, a ringing sound. So it is called sonorous. So they are sonorous. So these are the physical properties of metals. Now let us discuss the physical properties of non-metals. Now non-metals normally exist in gases and solids and gases. This is the physical state of this non-metallic elements. Now non-metallic elements property is just opposite to that of metallic property. They don't have metallic luster. They are, we can say it is generally in the form of soft metal, and they don't malleable and ductility is not there, and they don't conduct electricity and heat. They have very low melting point and boiling point, and they are not sonorous. So these are the physical properties of non-metal. But in the same manner, they have some exceptional cases are there for each and everything. Now let us see, as we have discussed, the metals are generally in the form of solid state. All metals like mercury and gallium, they are in the liquid state. Now we explained about the high melting point. Gallium and cesium, they have very low melting point. it becomes a liquid even if you keep in your palm. So their melting point is very low. These are the exceptional cases. At the same time, I explained the non-metals. Non-metals are not showing any luster. It is metallic, just like that. Luster is not shown by the non-metallic elements. But iodine, exceptional case. Iodine is a non-metal, but it shows some kind of luster. Then I have explained about the metals are good conductors of electricity, but at the same time these non-metals are non-conductors of electricity. So non-conductors of electricity, even then carbon if you take, it's an exceptional property of carbon. It forms an allotropes. Now what does mean by an allotrope? Allotrope means the same element existing in different forms, but their chemical property is same, but physical property is different. That is called allotropes. So carbon allotrope, diamond and graphite is a common allotrope of carbon. And diamond, everybody knows, hardest substance ever known is diamond. And graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Even though it is a non-metal, the allotrope of carbon conduct electricity, that is a graphite conducts electricity. These are exceptional cases. As I have discussed about, the metals are very hard, but even then sodium and potassium, these two metals are very soft, can cut with knife. So there are exceptional for metals and non-metals.